I'm not very good at pushing out of my comfort zone. And I believe most people also feel this way. Our comfort zone is where we feel completely in control and safe from the unknown. It's where routine and predictable blossom. It's where our deepest desires dissolve, and within that lies a serious problem that needs to be addressed. We have to learn that it's okay to exist outside of our comfort zone. For the last couple of years, I've been contemplating a major decision that I've been playing tug of war with for years. And I finally made a decision a few weeks ago. I've recently decided to leave my corporate job after 8 years to pursue more meaningful work full time. And what I mean by meaningful work is the work I'm doing right here with you and the Clarity Club. As a full-time content creator, building my business to be a continued blessing and not a burden. The photo of me that you're looking at right now was taken Friday, October 27th, 2023. Just a few weeks ago from today, as I was leaving my home to start what was my last day working my corporate job. Now, I'm not sharing this with you to serve as a diary entry or anything like that, but rather as encouragement and inspiration for you on your journey. Whether you're just getting started with decluttering, working to pay off your debts, or beginning to question the role of work in your life, I want you to know and witness through me that the journey is worth it. And as I push forward in this new chapter of being self-employed while raising my family, all through the lens of minimalism and creating an intentional life, I'll be sharing everything I learn, do, and don't do, starting right now. Because what I have planned is to share 3 bits of wisdom that have completely changed my life and my perspective toward life, especially these last couple of weeks, as I've pushed outside of my comfort zone and quit my job after 8 years. You remember?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, just that last part. This summarizes.
Okay.
The first bit of wisdom that I want to share with you is something my dad shared with me. And when I heard it, the poet inside of me went crazy. All right. Here's what he said, and then I'll explain what I took from it. Life is a series of windows and mirrors. Either you're looking through the window or in the mirror. Here's a lesson I took from this. When we're looking through the window, this is a metaphor representing us looking out and ahead at the vision we have for our life, our deepest desires, our core values, the things that we ultimately want for ourselves and for our families as we're creating this intentional life. And for me, I wanted to prioritize my core values. I wanted to put my family first, and I wanted to have the opportunity to pursue a career that inspired me, that felt more meaningful. Now, looking through the window is motivating and encouraging. To see the vision, to see the goals, to see the things we value, the things that we want to accomplish for ourselves and for our family. It's inspiring. And it's why so many of us are doing this right now on our journey, and we don't even know it. But on the other hand, when we look into the mirror, the metaphor within this is a bit more straightforward. And what I mean by that is the mirror is our reminder to be reflective. So life is a series of windows and mirrors. Either you're looking through the window or in the mirror. The lesson within this is to consistently strike a balance between these two things in our everyday walk of life. So we should always strive to look through the window, out and ahead at our vision, our goals, our deepest desires, the things we want for ourselves and for our families. But at the same time, it's critical that we spend meaningful moments in the mirror, reflecting and asking ourselves whether or not we're doing the work necessary to achieve that vision. Have we worked on our mindsets, our emotions, our environment, our finances, all of these different nuances that are a part of life? And these are the questions I've asked myself, the things I've worked on in different phases throughout my journey, and I've shared them with you. I've talked about my mindset and the mindset shifts that I've gone through. I've talked about decluttering my emotions. I've shared with you how I've decluttered my environment. And I've also shared with you how I paid off $23,000 of debt in 12 months. And I love this because it's a way for us to keep ourselves accountable. The second bit of wisdom that I want to share with you is something that has been a go-to reminder of mine in this current season of my life. I'm 30, I've been married for a couple of years, I'm a dad to a toddler, and I just quit something that has been comfortable for the last 8 years straight to better myself. And here's the messaging I'm continually playing in my mind. It's great to self-critique and self-assess, but don't fester. You must have a short memory. Making the transition from corporate America to newly self-employed and beyond is a journey I'm extremely excited about. But at the same time, I know myself, and I know that it's critical that I don't allow my self-critiquing to cripple me. Because at the end of the day, and I've witnessed this on numerous occasions within my personal life and within my business, but at the end of the day, I know that if I put in the work long enough, critique and make adjustments when necessary, everything is going to work itself out. I believe that. I truly, truly believe that. But I can't allow my self-critiquing to cripple me. The third bit of wisdom that I wrote down here is this. You must face your fears to get what you want. Easier said than done, I know, but let me explain. Back in August of this year, August 26th to be exact, I put a poll out on my Instagram asking many of you, in one word, what holds most people back from pursuing meaningful work? And I asked this question of you, of my community, because at that time, this was the peak of me truly contemplating about what my next steps were going to be. Do I quit and leave my job? Do I leave something that has been comfortable for the last 8 years and bet on myself? What's going to be my next step? The majority of the responses to that poll focused on fear. Now, there were other responses within there that I can talk about in a separate video, but the fear comments really struck a chord with me because this is the emotion that held me back for years. My wife and I have had almost daily conversations about when I was going to quit my job and pursue this full time, something I've been passionate about since she met me. And every time we sat down to have conversations about what my next steps were going to be, what I was going to do, we always started off by discussing the fears I had. What if things don't work out? What if I fail? I'm afraid of letting my family down. Plus, it's the fear of pushing out of my comfort zone and so many other things. And there are 2 exercises I did. It's really helped me overcome my fears and make the decision that I made. And I want to share these exercises with you in case you're in a similar situation right now, contemplating a similar decision about whether you're ready to leave your job and pursue more meaningful work or just make a general life-changing decision overall. The first exercise points back to the wisdom I shared with you earlier about how life is a series of windows and mirrors. And to help me conquer many of my fears and make the decision to quit my job, I spent meaningful moments in the mirror reflecting and asking myself questions about whether or not I've done the work or am doing the work needed to make quitting my job feasible. And I recently wrote up an article about 7 things I did before quitting my job. And I shared that article with the Decluttering Club, which is my weekly newsletter. And I highly, highly encourage you to subscribe if you're interested. But I'll also leave a link to that article below so you can read it if you're curious. Now, the second exercise is a decision-making formula that I follow anytime I'm contemplating a major decision. I've used this decision formula when decluttering and recently to help me navigate the decision to quit my full-time job. Now, this decision formula has 6 questions that I ask myself and rank and then use that to help inform what my final decision should be. Now, here's what those 6 questions consist of. The first question focuses on values. And the question is this: will this decision pull me closer to my core values or pull me away from them? So for me, I know that a part of my vision is prioritizing my core values. So whatever decision I make, I need to make sure that that's pulling me closer to making that my reality, right? The second question is all about impact. So how much of a positive impact will this decision have on my life? Will it be a very positive impact or will it be a not so positive impact? Question 3 is a question of effort. And I ask myself, how much time and effort will this decision require? And the way I think about this is I may not want to commit to a decision that will require a ton of energy and a ton of time relative to how much available time and energy I have in this season of my life, right? Question number 4 is what I call the gut check. And this question is, am I emotionally at peace with my decision? And this is a really, really, really big question for me because when I was in the process of deciding what my next steps were going to be, it was crucial for me to make sure that I was stepping into this next season of my life, this next chapter of my life, from a place of peace and confidence, and not from a place of stress and anxiety and desperation because I rushed my decision. I wanted to make sure that I was emotionally at peace before I made my decision, and I was. Question number 5 is a knowledge check. Do I have enough information to make a sound decision? What are the facts? What information do I need to know? What don't I know? And how can I learn it to help me make a confident decision? And question number 6 focuses on the vision. So this is very similar to the values. I know what my vision is. I know ultimately what I'm after and what I want to achieve for myself and for my family. So how close of a fit is this decision with that vision that I have for my life? So after running through these questions, I look at all of my answers collectively, and I have a ranking system to help me do this, but I look at my answers and I use that to help inform what my final decision should be. Now, you can grab a copy of my decision-making formula for free over on my website. Just go to ronaldlbanks.com/decisions. But between these two exercises and putting in the preliminary work up front, I managed to conquer my fear and push outside of my comfort zone by quitting my corporate job after 8 years to pursue more meaningful work full time. However, what I'm most excited about, probably more so than this new chapter of my life, is growing further together with you on this journey as we pursue less clutter and more clarity. So, cheers to this new chapter. I'd love to hang out with you down in the comments if I said anything that resonated with you. Keep growing on your journey, my friend, and remember to always stay true to you. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.